You are listening to All the Fucks, a weekly podcast where my friend
Lillian Bustle
explains to me, Jen Ponton, something that I have never heard before ever.
Yes. I mean, you're going to know a little bit about today's topic, but I bet you're going to have surprises around every corner.
Twists, turns.
I didn't even see you. We were going to do a Zoom so I could see you. Now, they're going to see the video, but what are you wearing?
So, I am wearing the topic of the day. I don't know how it'll catch on the quality of this video, but it's a very glittery aqua and magenta and lavender set from Prem, R.I.P. Prem.
Aw.
Yay! And I've got straight up turquoise glitter on my lids.
Mm-hmm. Turquoise. I'm Envision in red hair and pink everything. I've got a little marabou over here. This is the most uncomfortable dress that I own. It feels like wearing burlap, but beauty is pain.
God, it's so cute on you.
It's real cute. And it's the sparkliest thing that I have. And today's topic is glitter. So hold on to your sparkly butts, because if you think you knew about glitter, don't make me tell you, you're about to find all out about glitter.
God, I'm so excited. Guess what carries the coronavirus and lives in my attic?
Oh no. That one tiger from the Bronx Zoo?
Oh my God, did they find a tiger that had COVID?
Yeah, they did. What is in your... Yeah, in the Bronx Zoo, there was a tiger that had COVID. I don't know why.
It's at least a single bat.
Oh.
There's potentially several bats living in my attic.
Ordinarily, that would still be upsetting. Ordinarily, there's nothing about that would make me go, oh, don't worry about it. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Right.
Bats.
No, I mean, like, God, bats are great little creatures, but not great little creatures that you want cohabitating with you.
No. That's not for indoors. Aw.
No.
I bet they're real happy to be there. How did you figure out they were bats?
Well, at the time that you were texting me, like, hey, your phone's not ringing. And I was like, hey,
what are you doing? This dress is so uncomfortable. I'm really hot.
And I was
General,
like,
are you dead? I sent her a Facebook message. I sent her a Marco Polo. I sent the texts that weren't replying, and then I called her. And some of you may have never heard this before, but bum ba dum bum. There's this little noise that like a tone when you call somebody and the phone number is not available. It usually is when something's straight up out of service, and I haven't heard it in so long. It gave me a shudder. I was like, oh, bad things are happening. God. Anyway, we worked it all out, but there were about 10 minutes where I was like, is she dead? Is she busy being murdered?
God, yeah, of course. Valid. Well, when I finally saw those and I called you and was like, hey, can I have 10 minutes? There was a lady in my attic yelling down to me that she was finding bat droppings, and I was like, okay.
Oh, I'm assuming this is someone you asked to come over and not just like...
Some random lady showing
You're
up.
burying the lead that there's also a lady living in your attic.
She's like the pigeon lady from Home Alone 2, Lost in New York.
Oh my God. Gladys, what's up with the guano up there?
Oh so, Batcast.
Batcast! Oh my word.
Oh my word.
Wow.
But guess what they have to do to get rid of the bats?
Is there a bat signal involved?
I wish. That would be so easy. That would be easier than what has to happen. First of all, it doesn't get to happen till August.
Why?
I don't know. So there's at least 6 weeks that have to happen before this can be executed. But here's what has to happen. They have to come in and make a way for the bats to get out. They have to because
but can't get back in. It's a wire cage. That's what they did with our squirrel. So if you want me to come over and do it with some chicken wire, I will do it for free.
Are you sure you want to go up in the attic with my bats?
I mean,
Quarantine
if I wear a wig, they won't get in my hair, right? That's the whole thing. You're supposed to get in your hair.
God. Yeah.
Maybe a helmet, or a bald cap.
And there's currently a spider somewhere on the ceiling. Unrelated,
oh well, fuck it then.
But
I'm definitely
thinking
not.
about things in the hair.
No spiders. I'll do bats in the dark, but not spiders. No, thank you.
Yeah, they have to. Well, this is not the trappy cage. They have to build some kind of a way for the bat to. Oh, I guess maybe it is a trappy cage that then leads outdoors, right?
Yes. Yeah. There's sharp parts of the wire that let the animal can go out, but it's too small for them to get back in.
Let's hope that's
so. I'm not qualified in any way. I might just trap all the bats in there and then they die, and then that's bad.
God. Well, no, because if the bats get trapped inside the attic and they can't get out, what they will start doing is trying to get out by going into the living space.
Fun.
That is what we do not want. So
good. Super fun, cool, good.
Mm-hmm.
Bat buddies.
So,
all right, well, good for you,
that's
Jen.
That's Batcast from me. How about you?
I mean, no bats to report yet, but I mean,
but you were dealing with the squirrels for so long.
I mean, also we hear the squirrel like once every so often now, but I feel like he's moved on to greener pastures. He was like, these guys, they're not cool at all.
He did like fucking with Sabine though.
Yes, for sure. Maybe I don't know. Maybe she did her cat job and scared it off. Probably not.
Probably not.
But.
She is terrifying, though.
Yes, she is. She's a land bat. She's our little dragon. Are you ready to learn more than you ever thought you could ever know about glitter?
I'm so ready. And there is no better teacher than you.
I know all kinds of things about glitter, and I cannot wait to tell you. And I'm just getting in here. It is tricky to see in this weird light. And I have a holographic glitter here. I mean, I've got my glitter lips on. And I love it.
The glitter lip is impressive.
Thank you. I really miss having glitter on my face. When I was putting it on, I got some all over my cheek, and I was like, oh, I haven't been annoyed about that in so long.
Remember when this was terrible?
Oh, hooray. Also in Costco, I saw a child having a meltdown for the first time in literally like 3 months. And I was like, what is that noise? What's that terrible noise? And then the kid was like, and I was like, listen, nobody wants to be here. It's Costco, buddy. Sorry.
Isn't it amazing that child has survived that long?
Well, you know what? No one should be taking their entire fucking family shopping right now. Sorry.
Oh. Yeah,
sorry.
Right.
They had like 4 people shopping
because it leads to totally ineffective shopping. But B,
yes,
yeah, no, you really should not right now.
No, leave your children somewhere else. Leave them in the car. Can you do that? That's what my mom used to do. How old do you have to be before you can like sit in a car?
Probably old enough that you could open the door yourself.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Oh, please. Not like locked in a car seat. Although kids have to be in a car seat until they're like 6 feet tall.
13.
What is that shit?
Oh, that's
just bouncing around in the back of a pickup truck. Anyway, glitter.
Pickup trucks full of glitter.
Oh, would that there were. Oh. That would have made living in the South a whole lot better. I would like to do a quickie true false, just to see where you're at. And then I'll do a deeper dive into all of these things. So, Jen, true or false? Everyday craft glitter is made of fish scales. True or false?
False.
That is correct. Although there are sometimes fish scales in makeup. Ew, gross.
That's unsurprising. That's sure the least surprising thing I'm going to learn today.
Right, exactly. Number 2. True or false? According to researchers from the University of Houston, I almost said Houston, of Houston and Ghent University in Belgium, our impulse for shiny things comes from an instinct to seek out water. True or false?
True.
That is true.
Oh my God. How am I good at this?
That's why we like the sparkly. We're like, whoop. That means fresh water. True or false? Early glitter was made of glass powder, but glitter as we know it today no, that's not. I'm editorializing. Glitter as we know it today was invented in New Jersey. True or false?
I'm gonna say true.
That is true.
Yes,
we'll learn all
Jersey!
about that later. Yes, big time glitter manufacturer. True or false? Glitter was used by the Navy in World War II to create false echoes and throw off enemy sonar.
Gonna say true.
It's false because it wouldn't have been sonar necessarily. But it was used. I'm getting conflicting messages. The research I had before said that it had been used by the Air Force to fuck with radar, and then recently all the research I did just now said that they tried it but didn't actually use it in battle. So I don't know either way. But either way, it was a gotcha.
What's the thing that protesters are supposed to use to scatter radar right now?
Oh, I don't know anything about that.
This is like a new thing that's out as not a PSA, but as like an infographic for protesters who are in the streets and like, and it's using the techniques that they use in Hong Kong.
Oh, the Be Like Water?
Or Be Like Water,
yeah.
But there's also something that you can, it's lasers. It's laser pointers. Laser pointers fuck with the, something or other.
They're also using a bunch of facial recognition bullshit to match people with warrants that are outstanding and then go bust them in the crowd. Great. Cool.
I hate everything.
We live in a sci-fi nightmare. Okay.
Yeah.
Number 5. True or false? There are 5 main sizes that glitter is cut into.
True.
False! Glitter is cut in so many different ways and sizes, and each is so unique that it has been key evidence in a number of crimes as forensic
glitter liberation.
Glitter liberation! Every kind of glitter is like a snowflake, and almost all of it is traceable back to where it was cut.
It's amazing.
I mean, sometimes you have to dig, but I'll tell you more about that later.
Purebred glitter.
Yes. True or false? Okay, so this part is true. Glitter bombing is used by gay rights activists. If you've never heard of glitter bombing, somebody walks up to a person and then they throw glitter on them. It's super easy. Anybody can do it.
Yes.
This is the question though. The first person to be publicly glitter bombed was Fred Phelps. True or false? The bad guy that was like, God hates gays.
That would be
Fred
so
Phelps?
worthwhile. I guess that could be true. True?
False. It was Newt Gingrich.
Oh, shit!
Who I'm not sure if he pressed charges or not, but he called it an assault. Cute.
That's great.
Number 7. Ancient Egyptians used to use ground beetles to make eye glitter.
Correct. True.
True. That is true.
That one I actually know and was not just intuiting and bullshitting.
Intuiting. That's fine. All we have is our intuition. That's all that's left. True or false? Glitter is banned in some prisons.
True.
That is true. It started because people were like making drugs into a paste and making it look like glitter glue and bringing it like tubes of glitter glue. Like I brought arts and crafts stuff.
And it's like liquid meth.
And it's drugs.
Oh my God.
Liquid meth. With a little added corn syrup for viscosity. True or false? Most glitter is biodegradable.
True.
No. Very, very
plastic,
bad.
Isn't it?
Yep. It's craft glitter is usually metal, like anything that you'll find that you would like give to a child to dump onto something that you would then throw away after Christmas. That's usually aluminum. Cosmetic glitter is usually plastic. It can vary a little bit. Some glitter is made of seaweed and some other biodegradable components, but otherwise it's basically like microbeads, which never go away and which were banned in the UK and the United States.
That
bummer.
Yeah.
Sorry. Your fave is problematic. Yep. Oh, and true or false? I was in Mariah Carey's movie Glitter.
True.
That is true.
Oh my god. A story which you, like, this was something that you just said in passing, like, 2 weeks ago, and I was like, he did what?
I'm sure I did. Yes. I'm in the scene where she gives her tape to the DJ.
Oh my god.
It's not a good reason. Don't rent the film. Like, don't. The film, I just generously called it a film.
The film! A bonus question.
Yes. So what's the
Lightning
name of
round?
the artist? Yes. No, this is not a true or false. This is like you have to come up with the actual answer.
Oh, God.
What's the name of the musical artist who wrote the song na 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 hey na 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 hey na na na, like it's like sports jock jam song. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. It's like only played in stadiums.
Yes.
John
Or
Philip Sousa.
high school bands, yeah. John Paul Sousa. No, his name was Gary Glitter. And and many sports arenas have stopped playing this song because he is a convicted sex offender. So not all that glitters is gold.
Oh, that is
the end of the quiz.
Good lord. I mean, I'd say did I win or lose, but I feel like knowing that we all lose.
I mean, now every time I hear it, I'm like, ugh. I was already like that, but now for more specific reasons.
But only because it was a ridiculous song that's not really a song.
No, it's really not really a song. It's a chant. It's a chant.
It's a chant.
Oh, but it's so like in our bones, right? You hear it and you're like, oh, sports are going to happen.
Ah!
Or sometimes if you like sports,
exciting.
you're like, yay, sports is happening. And I'm like, oh, something I have to sit through.
Oh, no. I have to pretend to like this.
Ugh. Okay, we're going to jump right into the world of glitter. They usually start with a date, but I didn't do that.
You want to just bullshit something?
Yeah. I mean, December 1st, 1934. An American machinist named Henry Rushman found a way to cut sheets of plastic such as Mylar into small little pieces with one of his crazy machines. And there's conflicting stories about this, like everything, especially if there's some kind of lore that came out of New Jersey. Some things like sheets of Mylar, and other people said that he was trying to compress garbage from landfills and cut it up real small. Surprise! Well, the first glitter was very trash. Yeah, that seems more likely.
Oh my god!
So during World War II, glass glitter became unavailable because there were so many resources that were being allocated for war stuff. So Rushman was looking for a market for scrap plastics. And I can't imagine anything more genius than being like, I don't know, what if we grind this shit up?
I'm bored.
Yeah, I got these machines.
Wood chipper?
Right, exactly. Is that your glitter in the wood chipper there? I'm a machinist. I got all this stuff to compress. So and that's how he invented glitter. And then he founded Meadowbrook Inventions, which is still, I think if it's not the largest, it's one of the largest producers of industrial glitter in the world. Decades later, he also filed for a patent for cross-cutting films and other inventions. So that's why they kept it as like Meadowbrook Inventions and not like Meadowbrook Glitter. That's why
Glitter Factory.
Glitter Factory. That's what I would call it.
It would be a nightclub.
Yeah. Oh, I want to go to a nightclub.
I know you do.
There's a fabulous AMA, which for you guys who aren't on Reddit all the time is an Ask Me Anything. It's if you just look up I am a glitter manufacturer AMA, then you'll come up with this guy's Q&As. His factory is in Germany, or was. But it's all the same.
He's a German glitter magnate?
He's a German glitter magnate. Yes. He might look it up, but yeah. Yeah. So
I'm Baron von Glitter. AMA read it.
I'm the czar of sparkle. Yeah, he spills the beans on some stuff that apparently he was like, people don't like it when I give away industry secrets, but I feel like people are interested and they should know about this. As if they were fucking Penn and Teller giving away.
Right.
Like,
right.
This is how you make a lady levitate. At the end of the day, it's shiny shit cut up into little pieces, y'all. Like, whatever.
Right.
Okay, anyway.
Right.
Researchers, and we should ask a wildlife biologist about this. Researchers and zookeepers sometimes mix glitter with animal feed to track animals. This has been used for polar bears, elephants, and domestic cats.
Isn't that also what we make for reindeer? Like what people do with their kid? Like you and I didn't do it, but what people do with their children now is like, oh, make reindeer feed for Christmas Eve, and it's like glitter and oats and some other cheap shit.
No, we just left carrots out.
Well, right, that's, yeah.
They put glitter in it? That's not a good life lesson.
That's, to be fair, it's not. However, I would say that the disaster level is very minimal.
Not if the reindeer actually took a giant sparkly poop on your lawn.
Right, but look, I guess I'm not here to myth bust Santa. It's fine.
To myth bust Santa. I'm just saying, after like the fourth stop of like glittery oats, you know that Dasher's like, give me a fucking break. Can I just come on?
Dasher needs some of that laxative.
With this shit, right? Exactly. I can't digest it, y'all.
You have a very shiny, beautiful bowel obstruction here. Very nice.
Yeah, it makes your
anything like that.
The bezoar that's all caught in your tummy, real sparkly when they fish it the fuck out. Glitter X. Okay. So the dumb mystery of glitter is stupid. So the dangers of glitter. Plastic and mylar glitter takes a long time to degrade because it's plastic or little pieces of metal, and it's messing up water ecosystems. We've known about this for a long time, but really like 2017-ish, right around the time that microbeads were banned, which was 2017 or 2018. The scientists were like, hey, cool, glad that we're doing this, but you guys know that that's not the only way tiny particles of glitter get into our water system, right? Oh, also glitter. And everyone was like, la 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 na 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 na. I can't hear you. Do 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 do. We got the microbeads out, so we did a good job. Yeah. So it's like gets in the plankton, and then the fish eat it. So
and then the fish are extra sparkly and fabulous.
Yes, fabulous fish.
And that's the circle of life. And then we end up with fish scale glitter. Done.
You nailed that shit. Oh my god.
I'll take my degree in glitter now.
You just pwned it. Oh my god. So they used to use regular mica, like natural mica, which is a natural occurring rock.
Mineral.
That can be mineral that can be ground up. When mica occurs naturally, the level of processing it undergoes to remove heavy metals or clean it can be very intensive. Once coated with a dye or pigment, it is also almost an inert material. So whether it's synthetic mica or natural mica, there's always an element of chemical processing to make it safe for humans. Now, so a shimmer effect is created when mica is coated with oxide, most commonly titanium dioxide. Different colors are achieved by applying more coats of the chosen oxide. The intensity of the shine depends on the size of the mica. And Rowena from Lush, this came from a Lush site, explains that for a shinier effect, the mica particle needs to be bigger. Now, here's the thing. They had been using these mica mines that they could guarantee didn't have any child labor, and they were allowed to bring in their own independent people to take a look and double check and say, yeah, there's no children working in this mica mine. They sold all of the mines to somebody else, and those people were like, oh, fuck you, take our word for it. There's no kids working here. And then when they couldn't guarantee that there was no children in the mica mines, that's why they make their own mica now.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, fascinating. There's something, if you want to look up more about that, you can look up the Responsible Mica Initiative, which is an association that wants to achieve a 100% responsible mica supply chain over the next 5 years. The initiative is a collection of different companies, predominantly in the cosmetics industry, that are trying to bring about changes to the supply chain and legislation around mica mining.
That makes a ton of sense, because mica does not stop with glitter by any means.
Oh, no, not at all.
Pretty much exclusively what eyeshadows are made of.
Yeah.
And bronzer.
And I didn't know.
And highlighter.
Yeah, for sure. A synthetic eyeliner, like synthetic mica, I didn't even know that was a thing. So that is biodegradable glitter. I want to go back because I jumped ahead to like when modern glitter was invented, but I wanted to go back a little bit far beyond that because glitter has been part of our lives since prehistoric times. So the word glitter comes from the Old Norse word glitra, Glitra. And since this is straight from Wikipedia, since prehistoric times. You okay? Glitra? Is that what you said?
That was me using my monster voice and saying, I am Glitra! Which sounds like a worthwhile show pitch. Working on it.
You were Beowulf's gay brother. Since prehistoric times, glitter has been made from many different materials, including stones such as malachite, mica, also insects, and glass. I don't have any evidence that people were wearing ground up glass. I feel like that's something that we knew by the time you made glass. We knew not to fucking eat it or put it on our faces. But modern glitter is usually manufactured from plastic. So here's the thing. Prehistoric humans are believed to have used cosmetics made of powdered hematite is one of the things that they use, which that makes sense because you've seen hematite. It's dark and shiny, and you're like, oh, yeah.
Yes, I want all of it.
Yeah, it doesn't mention pyrite. That would make sense. But this is, imagine if pyrite, fool's gold, and hematite had a baby. That would be galena, Galena. And sourced up to 8,000 years ago in the United States. And we know that was something that was being used, whether it was as a cosmetic or in paint, because it was prevalent in the upper Mississippi Valley region by the Cohocla Native people for regional trade. And they also found paintings that had the galena in it.
Ooh.
Unfortunately, it's a kind of lead. It has lead and some silver in it. It's usually mined to like extract the 2% of silver that's in it. But it's a sulfide mineral that's a form of lead. It was also often used by native people to produce a bright grayish-white glittering paint for objects of adornment. But lead.
No.
Yep, I mean...
I already know too much about the Radium Girls.
I know. I mean, it was also the main ingredient in kohl. In kohl eyeliner, KOHL.
Oh.
Yeah. Egyptians also used crushed beetles and ground malachite, but even up until the modern era, they were using galena and like they had to be banned. It wasn't like, oh, don't put lead in makeup. People were like, why not? It seems good. It's better than the other shit. And people were like, don't do that. Sorry.
Don't do it. And they're like, fuck off. And then all their teeth fall out.
Yeah. Oops. God. Oh, my bad. Going back to what I said before, the Cohocla Native people were definitely mining the galena to trade for other items raw or crafted into beads. The folks who were doing the paintings on temples were the Mayans, and that's still existing in present-day Guatemala. Sorry about that. Yeah, but again, even from the dawn of time, beauty is pain. People were like, I don't know, maybe, I don't know why people are dying, but their eyes look great.
But it's clearly worth it.
Yes, clearly. I actually have, and going back to the whole glass thing, there is an interesting little place down by the South Street Seaport, or there was, that has an old-fashioned, like a big old printing press, and it might be called like the Printing Museum or something like that, and you can go and they have actual ephemera from days of yore, and then reproductions of like vintage cards and stuff with glass glitter on them. And I have a couple of those, and they definitely look like they could cut you, but they're very, very pretty.
That's all that matters.
Oh, danger. All right, we did Micah. Should we talk about glitter bombing? Glitter bombing. Where is that link to the glitter bombing? Here we go. So Wikipedia has a handy list of people who are notable and have been glitter bombed. And the person who shows up most on this list is Rick Santorum, because he's a piece of shit. So, we've got notable folks such as, Newt Gingrich, May 17th, 2011. A fella named Nick Espizina dumped a box full of glitter on him and his wife, Callista, shouting, "Stop the hate and feel the rainbow, Newt." And that is great. Like, if you can find that, it's great. Out of all of these people, the only one that I've seen take it well, Mitt Romney kind of laughs it off. Dan Savage. So Jen and I were just talking. Dan Savage is he's an advice columnist and somewhat controversial. Has been accused of misogyny. He's sizist for sure.
He, just for me and you, maybe, isn't he also the character?
Yes, in Shrill.
Yeah, right. This is why I've never liked him, even though I know he's known for a lot of really great things that he's done. People are complex. There's fucking duality. However, I have definitely not liked him since then, which was really when I was introduced to him at all. So
right. I've been reading his stuff for years, but to be fair, from such an early age when I did not have a subtle eye for anything like that. You know what I mean? Where I was like, right. Of course misogyny happens, and of course people hate fat people. Like, when it was just like, oh yeah, of course people are talking about it.
These are the givens. I'm a piece of shit, it's fine.
Right. Yep.
I've
gotten a lot out of him, but I understand that there are people who I have not experienced everything that is controversial about him, and everybody has a right to tell people they're assholes. Regardless, he's been glitter bombed 3 times, which is only a couple less than Rick Santorum, which is very funny, because he and Rick Santorum...
Now, why has he been glitter bombed?
He and Rick Santorum were roommates in college. Do you know this?
No.
This is great! So Rick Santorum and Dan Savage were roommates in college, and when Rick Santorum started coming out with all of his anti-gay shit, Dan got the Savage Love listeners to start using... I think that they had like I think he had the fans write in for an alternate use for the word Santorum. And now if you look up Santorum, Rick Santorum is rarely the first thing that comes up. It's like the frothy mix of lube and fecal matter after anal sex.
Oh, yes.
Is Santorum.
Oh, barf.
I just like that frothy is in there. Perfect.
Oh God, yes, that's the That's
but Dan Savage was he's been glitter bombed by queer activists to bring attention to what his problematic stuff,
to ableism, his lack of actual inclusion.
Yeah, ableism, ageism, classism, misogyny, racism, rape apologism, which I'm not familiar about that. Do you know what serophobia is? Serophobia.
No.
Discrimination against people with HIV/AIDS. Which is not something
that makes sense.
Yeah, not something that I was familiar with either. So anyway, do your own research on all of this. But let's see, Ron Paul, Rick Santorum again, Lindsay Lohan. Why? No apparent motive. No apparent motive. Somebody just tossed glitter on her in 2013. In the realm of glitter bombs, there was also do you see the guy who built the glitter bombs for package thieves?
No.
So NASA engineer Mark Rober, R-O-B-E-R. This is it was a viral video for a while, and then people were like, oh, it was totally fake. It wasn't totally fake. He's a NASA engineer who built a thing that would go inside a package to kind of zing package thieves. And what it would do It was on a timer, so as soon as it was bothered, as soon as somebody picked it up, a timer would go off and it would make up like a fart spray happen. So I think that happened even before somebody had opened it. So I'm a package thief. I run up, I grab somebody's package, I put it in my car, I drive away, the fart smell goes off and it gets all over everywhere. And then I'm like, oh my God, what the fuck is this? And I open it up and then glitter everywhere. Just explodes. It's beautiful. It's a mechanism inside that like spins and twirls and just flings glitter everywhere.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
In my head, I kid you not, in my head, it's basically the mechanism for a cuckoo clock / a giant cartoon hand with a pie on a metal. That's what it is in my head.
Yeah, that's all it should be. You got it exactly. Nailed it. That's it.
Thanks,
so
NASA.
They had some slow periods there.
Then they partnered with Acme. It was a very successful merger.
Yes. Somebody pointed out, I think it might have, where was it? Somebody pointed out the other day that Wile E. Coyote was like king of the cell phone. Like, he was the first person to just fuck himself over and over and over. So you gotta find this package thief thing. The original one did have a fake moment in it. He had given it to a friend to get footage from the friend, and then the friend hired somebody to be an actor to do it. It doesn't matter. Mm. Regardless, it's not all bad. I have sent glitter bombs. If you want to send glitter bombs, you can just go to shipyourенemiesglitter.com. And you can send somebody a glitter bomb through the mail.
Now, here's a question.
Exciting.
Why doesn't it get activated in the mail service?
So you're putting it outside of your house. If you've been getting shit stolen, which happens a lot in Jersey City, because it's a city. It's a city. Nobody should be leaving anything outside unattended, but people are like, derp derp. I guess FDS is a vaginal spray. FDL? What am I thinking of?
No, there is FDS. Yeah. FDS, and it's like the guy running.
No, it's not FDS. It's FTL? FDS is definitely a vagina spray. FDS with powder. Let's say FTL, because, yeah, it has a little winged foot guy on it. Anyway.
Okay.
The one that's not UPS, they will just leave your shit outside. Like, you have to specify. I actually put a sign up one time for something that was coming from Ishakti. And I got downstairs. He hadn't rung the bell. And I got down there and I was like, oh, hi, are you delivering? He was like, oh, good thing I ran into you. This said I could just leave it outside and you left a note. And I was like, you don't ring a bell? That's literally not in your job description. Anyway, whatever. So if you are a person who's gotten your shit stolen, you could put this outside of your place because it's usually the same person. People run routes around here. So it'll be like they'll find an Amazon delivery person and follow them around. And just wait for them to drive off. And then they'll run up and get the package as soon as it's delivered. Some people have had packages, gotten a buzz, said, I'll be right down. And by the time they got down, the package was already gone. And somebody was like running away with it.
No.
So it was to get back at people like that.
Got it.
In other cases, Jen, where glitter bombers have been prosecuted.
What?
So it is not entirely the kind of thing that you can just be like, ha ha, what a funny practical joke. This gal, Samantha Lockhart, 25, of Akron, Ohio, she was doing some kind of like dramatic quitting of her job, and she sprayed her boss's office with silly string and glitter and some kind of powder that both fucked up the computers and made them worry that it was like something else. Because I think this was 2015. There were like people are scared about anthrax and things like that too. Anyway,
yes.
She also broke into a filing cabinet. And she was felony vandalism, bitch. Felony vandalism because it broke all those computers.
Holy fuck.
If you're going to do that, don't dump shit on computers or like expensive stuff.
Oh my my God. Oh, that's garbage. I mean, it's a real bad thing.
Right.
But good Lord, what a terrible idea.
I can definitely see a drunk night where I'd be like, fuck those guys, mom, glitter. And then, you know, you walk in there with a bunch of your stupid drunk friends and you're like, no, just glitter, you guys. And then somebody's like, what if I pee on it? You know, people are idiots. I'm going to blame it on the other people. Sorry, Samantha. I don't think that you acted alone.
This is how shit escalates.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. We can't have nice things. She got a $1,000 fine and 50 hours of community service, and I guess can't vote anymore if she was guilty of felony vandalism.
Oh, shit.
What a fucked up way to be a felon.
Fuck up the prison system.
I will also, I think that I had mentioned before, glitter as trace evidence for forensics. I know that you like true crime as much as I like true crime.
I do.
There have been many murders and other crimes solved because they were able to trace the glitter back from the victim onto the suspect.
Shut
a bunch.
the fuck up! Oh my God.
A bunch. And if you thought that our buddy earlier who invented glitter was a little bit weird, I want to challenge you, like a little, whatever, eccentric. We'll say eccentric. I would love for you to look up a fella named Edwin Jones, who has the largest collection of glitter anywhere. He just has binders full of glitter. Like, he just has a little bit of all kinds of things. No. He's an ex-forensic scientist. And he was always fascinated with how many different, like, there's a whole thing now where, like, hair and fiber isn't necessarily admissible as evidence anymore. Like, the stuff that they thought was so granular doesn't necessarily mean that somebody was in the back of a car just because they have, like, the carpeting from the back of this car. It looks like the same. All of that stuff, which now that we have DNA, it's mostly under DNA. But glitter remains really good trace evidence because there's so many different ways in which it can be cut. There's so many different ways in which it can be coated. There's so many different microscopic ways that glitter can be different. Yeah, such a snowflake.
So there's no way, there's a snowball's chance in hell that the glitter that I have on is even remotely close to the glitter you have on.
Mm-hmm.
Shit.
Exactly. And whether it's cut, how many edges it has, or sometimes if it's cut, like, nobody goes and inspects these machines to make sure they're cutting a complete hexagon. So it might be a hexagon with, like, a little foot on it or something, like tiny little differences, or the way the hologram pattern was printed on it. So many different things about it. So he just has a binder full of all of these little coin collector pouches with all of this different kinds of glitter. And back in, I believe, 2001, he helped solve a crime, which is not crazy because he, again, was a forensic scientist beforehand.
Right. He's not just some weird collector like our friend Edgar on the Lower East Side, just showing up. Did somebody say glitter?
Who wants to play Match the Glitter? So he, but his eccentricity, which I absolutely love, he belongs to a microscope club. And his art that he creates, he will take a microscope slide and he will take 30 or 40 tiny little microscopic pieces of whatever and then put them together in, say, like a Times New Roman R. And he'll do like a short word where each letter is exactly the shape of the font. And it's made of like 30 or 40 different microscopic things. So you can only tell if you put the slide under a microscope.
Amazing. Oh my God.
Edwin Jones. So I don't want to go into all of the victims and what happened to them, but I will say there is a a wonderful scholarly paper, which is called, and I can link to this too, Bob Blackledge, retired criminalist, put together a paper called Glitter as Forensic Evidence. And the purpose of this paper is to provide a general review of glitter as associative evidence. He talks about how the best way to collect glitter is they were using tape, but if you just use a Post-it note, not only do you have samples of the glitter, because the tape the adhesive is not so sticky, there's less of a chance of the glitter getting fucked up in any way. And you can write on it where you found the glitter. So like whether you found it in the perpetrator's body hair or whether you found it in their car, like whatever it is, you can just be like boop, boop, boop. And then you don't have to touch it. You can just like boop, boop. And then the tape doesn't have to touch anything else. Anyway, I thought that was brilliant.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. He's bonkers. And his murder was a high school student. The victim had red glitter in her hair from a 4th of July party she was on her way home from. And they found it on the suspect. And they were able to match it. Yep.
Who killed her?
There's one. I did not put his name. I don't remember. I don't think it was anybody she knew. We can look at that later, though. There was another situation where a lady accidentally dumped some craft glitter in her car, and then her husband took the car and went on a killing spree. And it was all over the fucking victims. It was all over them.
Oh my god! Wait.
Yeah.
So this is a perfect case for glitter.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
This is a perfect case for glitter.
Yeah.
Carry it everywhere.
Yes.
Always have it on you.
Oh my god, can you imagine? Can you imagine if you're like getting held up at gunpoint and then you just like not gunpoint. Let's take it down a little bit. You're getting mugged and you throw glitter on them and they're like, "Oh my god, what the fuck is that?" Oh, that might make people madder though. That might make people angrier. I think you'd have to do it subtle. I don't think you could just throw it.
Yeah, but if your hands are always covered in glitter.
Well, that's me.
Right.
That's me.
There will always be a direct path to or from you, to or from your victims or your attackers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Depending upon which way you go.
Yep.
It's like
yeah. And that's why I decided never to be a murderer. Because I just have too much glitter on me all the time.
Too much glitter. Oh my god, that story about the lady who just had glitter in the car.
Yes!
Jesus Christ.
I love that.
I mean, how horrific, but that's amazing. Also, that needs to be a fucking script.
I know! Where the guy, like, opens, and it's just a bunch of Michael's bags in the back.
Yeah.
And he puts the body in, and it's, like, a bunch of Christmas ornaments roll out, and it's like,
yeah. It reminds me of this pilot that was quite good that I read, that was about, like, a crafting club that became their own murder mystery murderinos.
Ooh, that's fun.
Because one of them is killed, and so it turns into a true crime obsession, and of course their crafting skills, like, help them. So, yeah.
I love this so much. I couldn't love it more. That's amazing.
Yeah. I'm going to have to find that writer and reach out and be like, hey, did you know this thing?
Yeah, that's incredible. Another one that I also want to mention, which is, again, like a cautionary tale. There's two more that I want to mention. A couple, I think that they were eventually released, but a couple was in an Oklahoma City energy building, so like a municipal building, and some kind of protest coated the floor in black glitter. And of course, I mean, whether they really meant this or whether they just wanted a reason to, like, lock these kids up, they were like, oh, we thought it was a biochemical. They thought that they were terrorists.
Okay.
Anyway, cool. But the pièce de résistance, fucking drunk driver in a truck in Florida hit a car, killed the people in the car, ran off. So when the cops get there, they just see the truck with the airbag deployed. There's no driver. They find the victims. And then they find this lady in the woods, drunk. And they're like, pardon me, ma'am, were you driving a truck recently? And she was like, nope. Her eye makeup glitter was all over the airbag.
Oh, shit.
Sorry, babe.
Oh, my God.
So yeah, it's very, very traceable. I feel like I don't really have a good wrap up, except
I mean, that's valid. If it's that glitter is our own private Batman for us all.
Yes.
That glitter is the real pursuit and executor of justice.
I know. It is.
I think that's a solid point at which to be, to exit stage left.
Yeah, for sure. I can also say that I get my glitter at the New York. It's either called the New York Cake Supply or the New York Baking Supply. And you get a huge tub of it for like $5 or $6. Again, it's plastic, ruining the world. Everything's bad. Everything's bad. We try to minimize the pain that we put other people and fish through.
Wait, what about the seaweed one?
I think that would melt if you put it on your lips.
Oh, so you have to put plastic on your lips.
Hang on a second. Let me take a look here. Because I do have a palette that I think is supposed to be biodegradable, and unfortunately it's not as shiny as this other one. What is this made of? It's from Hip Dot. But I don't want to tell you that it is biodegradable. Let me look it up real quick. This is not an interesting part of the show. Here we go. Hip Dot glitter. Biodegradable? Question mark. Shpa-ba-doo-ba-ba-ba-ba.
That's a really good song.
No, thanks. Thank you. I wrote that for you. The answer is I don't know. The answer is I saw it on Instagram and I bought it, and it says that it's cruelty free, but I don't know which end of that means.
Sure, right.
Cruelty free vegan. I immediately make a giant mess out of any of my makeup palettes, so this one is like got this weird slime in the middle of it. They're pretty good though. They're pressed glitters. They're like, whoop. They're just not quite. They're better for like daytime shiny, I think, than stage shiny. They're very, very pretty though.
For stage shiny, you basically need giant shattered mirrors all over.
Nah. But I will say the pressed glitters generally have some kind of aloe or some kind of base so that you can just put them on without using anything else. If I'm using a loose glitter around my eyes, I have a lip balm that I use specifically for this. And so once I have my eyeshadow on, I'll just take and I'll trace the lip balm wherever I want the glitter to stick. And then I just pat it on with my finger. And then for my lipstick, I line my lips with a waxy lip liner, which lip liner's like not cool anymore or something. Have you noticed this?
I was never really a lip liner person, but I know it was super, super cool in the 90s.
Well, I love it. My lipstick bleeds without it. So I always line, and then I put on any kind of cake lipstick. I don't even know what I'm using right now, but I use a red lipstick, and then you just pat the cake glitter on. And sometimes it gets in your mouth and sometimes it doesn't. I used to be worried that it would make my lips feel dry. It doesn't. And I can wear it all day. And I have. Now it looks like I'm crying pink tears.
How much do you end up licking it off?
Oh, I don't really lick my lips that much, especially if I know I have lipstick on. If you're the kind of person who chews your lips, then you're gonna have it all up in your mouth.
Don't cover your lips in glitter.
Yeah, then don't, or learn how to live with it all over your teeth. So that's glitter.
Yay! Good big shiny dollop. That was great.
I should actually use this palette more often, actually, now that I'm looking at it. I'm like, oh, this is really nice, actually. Maybe I'll do some looks.
Ooh, I like looks. Do you have recommendations?
Do I? Yeah, do I? Yes, never. Yes. Yes, I do have a recommendation. There is a show on Netflix called Never Have I Ever. It's a teenage sex comedy, whoop, whoop, which I apparently am into because before that it was the sex advice one that I was really into.
Yes.
The lead is a cool Indian girl. Her whole family is like dynamic and interesting. There's a hot jock who has an interesting sort of character arc. That's not, the days of one-dimensional teenagers are over, and I'm so pleased with that.
Yeah.
Like, it's not just, it's not like, oh, you're the cool guy, and it's never going to be Breakfast Club again. It's not like that. Everybody is so multifaceted. Mm-hmm. I really liked it, and weirdly enough, it is narrated by John McEnroe, which almost made me not watch it, because I was like, this is a bit of a leap for me, but...
Sure! That's funny.
Turned out great.
Never Have I Ever?
Yes.
I shall look.
I very much enjoyed it.
I would like to point out, especially where we're at with Black Lives Matter right now, and an increased awareness in shopping Black, buying Black. I have been finding some really great Black-owned natural skincare / some cosmetics / nice things for your body and your face and your hair. And some of my very favorites are folkbeauty.com. Folk is spelled PHOLK. So nice. Folk with a PH. Folkbeauty.com. I really, really liked their stuff. Another site that I would recommend is Anne's Apothecary, Anne with an E, ANNES, apothecary.com. And another company called Blade and Bloom, bladeandbloom.com. It was from an aggregated grouping, I think from Elle, but I've gone through almost all of them and like bookmarked all my favorite shit. So nice. Folk Beauty, PH Folk Beauty, Anne's Apothecary, and Blade and Bloom. Check them out if you've got some shekels to spare. Spend them on Black women.
I actually have someone to add to that. There's a marvelous performer named Tutu Toussaint. And her website is Toussaint Tinctures, and it's a French last name, TOUSSAINT Tinctures.
Tinctures, right?
Tinctures,
like colors. Yeah.
A tint is a color. A tincture is like something you would drop under your tongue. TINCTURES.
Gotcha. Yes.
But if you look up like Toussaint Apothecary, anything like that. I know that a lot of people are having trouble with seasonal allergies. Her throat spray is insane. Like, it is so good. Ooh. It's a little bit spicy, so it like makes my mouth water a little bit, so it keeps things from being dry. It's not like any of the Singer Saving Grace stuff, which is mostly licorice. Like, this is a different kind of thing. So if you're a singer or if you're having allergies and your throat's screwed up, get her throat spray. It's crazy, but all of it's beautiful. She's got candles, she's got herbs, and she's a lovely human being. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. Yes, that's fabulous. Obviously, it goes without saying that if you have the means to donate, to make sure that you're also donating to the numerous causes and bail funds that are going on right now. But also, it's not only important to fight for justice, it's also important to fight for Black joy and Black folks thriving, especially Black women and femmes. And a great way to do that is by giving them your business over the whitewashed corporations that we're all accustomed to buying from.
Whoop, whoop.
Hooray. Shop Black-owned businesses.
Yes. That's awesome. Thank you for that.
That's it. That's all I got.
Great. I can't wait to take this fucking dress off because it is very uncomfortable. Makes my boobs look real good, but oh my god. Which is a shame because you don't even really see them in this video a whole lot, but that's...
Oh, if you only ever had to wear that dress for your portrait, it would still be enough. Like, great. Yeah. The dress has done its job.
Thank you. But now I've been in it at 7 o'clock and I've been in it since about 5:15, so I'm about to strip like I mean it.
Hi, girl.
Okay. I love you. We love you guys.
You.
Thanks for listening.
We love you, fuck buddies.
Bye.
Everybody be well. Please take care of yourselves. Please be safe. And Black Lives Matter.
Right on.